Hello everyone, here I am out on my bike, and like every year at this time, so impressed with the roses in bloom. I mean, look at that red, it's just so full of life. And I didn't intend on painting that day, but I just couldn't get that colour out of my head. You know the feeling when you get an idea and it just won't let you go? Well, that's what happened. So I had this abstract landscape sitting around, and if you watch me then, you'll know which one it is. And honestly, I kind of lost my way with it. So I decided just to go for it without overthinking it, and with only about 15 minutes before I needed to head out again, I started working on it through pure intuition and a lot of energy. And of course, the memory of these roses in my head, destroying some of the old, is a way to enrich a painting with something new. So you can see I'm grabbing those pinks that were calling to me from my bike, and also pulling out the colours that are already there. I started with that light turquoise that is turquoise generally in my colour palette and was already on this painting. And I haven't used a paintbrush yet because I want to get the paint down quick. I've got that urgency, and I'm using this scrapey tool so I can grab lots of paint and get it down on the canvas. There's already lots of layers on this painting, and I'm not trying to paint a perfect rose. I'm trying to paint the feeling of those roses, the feeling I got when I saw them, what attracted me to them. I'm working fast, it's really messy, and I'm letting the old textures from the landscape underneath create these lovely little memories within the painting. It's all about reacting to what's happening in the moment. And the beauty of working like this, when you haven't got much time, you don't have that voice inside your head, that inner critic talking to you. In fact, you're moving faster than your doubts. And it's through intuition and experience, I suppose, that I naturally think about contrast. And using this little tool, I can scrape back and reveal all those surprises underneath. And that adding and taking away is where the magic is revealed. And so here I do finally grab a brush, but not any ordinary brush. Another one of my favourites is this Painter and Decorator's brush that they use to get behind radiators. And I like this because with this long handle you have less control. You can see that I'm working all around the painting, moving around, creating different marks, using my different tools. Here with a spongy foam brush. Well, if you can call it a brush, it's a piece of foam on a stick. And it's amazing how things work out, how things connect. I love talking about connection, but I've been thinking about doing a really simple, step by step mixed media tutorial for beginners. My course, Connecting Through Mixed Media Layers of Meaning, is more in depth. But this new course is going to have a theme, and well, I was thinking of a botanical theme, so I think it's maybe going to be roses. So if you're interested in doing that, then make sure you sign up to my Artist Insiders newsletter. And as soon as it's ready to go, then I will let you know. What I do have to be careful of here is, well, I don't think I could possibly do it because it's just not my style, but I don't want to create a realistic looking flower. It's just not me. And working fast like this is, if you are wanting to loosen up, then putting yourself on a timer is a really good way to do it. Another way, of course, is, which I often do, is to turn the canvas and work on it in all directions. And when you do work with imagery, and I know some of you do and want to become looser and more abstract, then you can't help sometimes going in there and thinking, oh, this is a rose. But when I start doing that, I take that as a cue to stop and just let it breathe a bit. And here you can see I'm using my fingers to make those little marks. Having another spin, and it also gives you a different way of looking at it. It's a different perspective. If you want to dive deeper into this intuitive way of working, then do check out my course, Connecting Through Mixed Media Layers of Meaning. I'll put some details below. in the description. And I have also got a free class on creating meaningful art through mixed media that I will also put details about below. I think you can see that in 15 minutes you can get so much done. And I think watching this video back that even here I'm starting to get a bit finicky about details, and well, that's another sign for me to just step back and leave the painting to rest for a while. But when you stop planning and just start, you can get quite far. So my question for you today is, what have you been overthinking lately? And maybe just give yourself 15 minutes today and just see what happens. Well, within the time limit, I'm really happy with the energy that I created in this painting. And because of the time restraint, it was a bit of a learning curve for me, because it just shows how much you can get done within that time. Especially when something's pulling at you and you just want to get it out. And I did leave it to rest for a couple of days, and I worked on it again. And well, this is where it stands so far. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and welcome to all the new subscribers lately. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.